Hey everyone, Angie from Langlois Vital Nutrition Center here. And today I'm going to talk to you about adrenals and a lot of common things that I see happen with people. And one of the biggest things that play into how someone's adrenals are functioning is stress. Now, this stress could be emotional stress, but it can also be like a toxic stress on the adrenals. A lot of times for people, it's both. There is a lot of stress in life, and when there's this constant stress of emotional and like a toxic stress, the cortisol goes up to help your body deal with it. It's putting into like high gear to help it with dealing with all this stress. But what can happen, especially when your adrenals are chronically, day by day, dealing with toxic and emotional stress, is your cortisol levels are just going up, 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 and then your adrenals finally say, like, I just can't handle this anymore, and what ends up happening is the cortisol just crashes. So many people are up here where they're producing a lot of cortisol and they're feeling that stress. And then there are some people down here, and that's when they're just fatigued all the time. So whether you're here or here, what can you do about it? One is to decrease stress. Now, people always tell me I can't decrease my life stress. You know, whether it's work or family, whatever it is, trust me, I know that part it's not about just getting rid of the stress, but how you deal with the stress. When you deal with the stress better, your body does not have to increase the cortisol to have to deal with it in the same manner. Another one that people don't like necessarily is to decrease coffee. I tell people you don't necessarily have to just cut out coffee, but there's a better way to drink it to help your body not spike cortisol as much when you have it. So one is to not have it on an empty stomach. So like when you're having breakfast and you have your coffee. That is good because you're not just putting coffee in on an empty stomach where it's just going straight to your adrenals and causing that rush, which, you know, sometimes people do that for energy. But what can happen then is, again, you get a big rush and then a crash. And that's why people sometimes feel that afternoon crash, even when they've had their coffee in the morning. Another thing is just timing of having coffee. So in the morning is best. In the afternoon, when you don't want your cortisol to just keep going up, you want to avoid afternoon coffee. Eating protein and complex carbs. Your body needs both the protein and the complex carbs together to help give your adrenals good energy. And an example of a complex carb would be something like a sweet potato, where you're getting good nutrition out of it, and then a good source of protein like chicken, beef, meat like that. So eating those together will help support good energy for your adrenals. And then some herbs that I like to use. Ashwagandha, it's a very calming herb and helps your adrenals with the stress that they're dealing with. And another one is the rhodiola and ginseng. So say I have someone who's feeling very fatigued in the day and not sleeping well at night. A lot of times this is all tied in with that. So that's where I would suggest taking some ashwagandha in the evening and the rhodiola and ginseng in the morning to help give you just the more stable energy and better sleep at night. So there's an overview on adrenals and cortisol stress. Hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.